Judgment Day has finally had enough of Finn.
Let's get into it. All right, everybody, welcome back to Post-Match Panic. We are here talking Monday Night Raw for March 9th, 2026. It was a juicy one.
Juicy.
A lot of stuff happened in this one, Jesse.
Yeah, so much.
So much. All right, well, let's get into it. We are here in Seattle, Washington, and in an atypical fashion, we get Adam Pearce in the ring to start off the night. Says that he has some unfortunate business to attend to.
Yep.
And calls out.
Is it unfortunate?
Well, I mean, to some people, you know, it's unfortunate in the fact that he had no control over the situation, and that the masked man, who ended up being Seth freaking Rollins, has kind of run amok and done his own thing the past month or two. And he tells him to come on down. He's got some words for him. And we see a masked man comes out on the announce table, and then all of a sudden we just get swarmed with a bunch of masked men. They're like cockroaches. They're all over the place. They all get in the ring, and Pearce doesn't know what to think of that. But Seth finally pulls his mask off.
Yep.
Was this the first time? After the first time they did the whole little, 3-cup Monty switcheroo ninja stuff?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it before.
No. I mean, it was just straight, confusing ninja. Couldn't figure out which one was who, and finally Seth just comes out in the middle and pulls his mask off. And that was funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's good.
Yeah, no, it's I thought it was really smart. And I mean, I think it's good that they're like using the thing that has been, so much flack has been given to WWE about the masked man. And it's like, oh, okay, now they're actually using it in an interesting way. So
yeah.
I was very appreciative in that way.
So how does this fit into the theory that Austin Theory is one of Seth's little masked minions?
I was waiting, bro. I honestly was waiting when Logan Paul and Austin Theory came out for Austin to just start talking and trying to defend the vision, and then all of a sudden just like doing some kind of an RKO on Logan Paul.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I was waiting for it, but it didn't happen. And it's leading me to believe that maybe that my theory is not true.
Well, we saw, I think that's something they'll pull out at WrestleMania if they're going to do anything with that.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Or maybe the Raw before. Maybe you'll get to see it live. That'd be cool.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Adam Pearce says, hey, the worst case scenario is if the Vision gets your hands on you, they'll end your career because you just had surgery, and we don't want you to get hurt again. And as he's telling Seth that, Logan and Austin Theory do come out, and Seth welcomes them in the ring with open arms. And as soon as Paul and Theory come in, all the masked men come in, and they do their little ninja shell game again and just scatter. The only thing left from that was just, throwing down a smoke bomb.
I loved it.
Oh, I did too. It was awesome. I mean, more of it. Let's go.
Yeah, sign me up, man. Well, it's interesting. I was watching it with my dad because it's hilarious. It seems like my dad's now like every week wanting to watch it if I'm around.
He was so hesitant when we first got him into it that first week.
I know. Now he's not. Now he's like, hey, is WWE on tonight?
Nice.
So
nice.
I'm like, yeah, let's watch it, baby.
He'll get in our comments here soon.
Yeah, he will be. So we were watching it, and he's like, that was really cool. And
nice.
And I agree. I thought it was just a really cool way to treat a non-wrestling segment that we just don't see very often or ever. I've never seen that.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot of non-wrestling segments tonight, and I think all the way leading up to WrestleMania, because we're at the point now where they don't want to get their stars hurt before Mania, before the big fight. So we're going to see a lot of promos, a lot of mic work, which is great. I'm here for that. Like, cool.
Yep.
At least the matches that they're doing aren't garbage matches either. They're still meaningful matches, even though we only got
they're interesting.
3 of them tonight. So, after Seth and his minions disappear in a cloud of ninja smoke, LA Knight comes out. And Knight was the one who drove off Paul Heyman in the ambulance last week. Still no word on where Heyman's at. Who knows?
Apparently, he was at the hospital.
Well,
Bayley must have taken him to the hospital at some point.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know where he's at. He could have just taken him out and thrown him out somewhere.
Well, Michael Cole did say he's got a lacerated whatever. He's got, you know. So Cole did speak to it a little bit. So there, at some point, he had to have made it to the hospital. Whether LA Knight was the guy that got him there or not is up for debate.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. And then Knight just goes in and starts the beatdown of Logan and Theory. And, of course, with the numbers game, it's 2-on-1. Knight's still not that great to fend off two mediocre wrestlers at one time. But as they start beating him down, Jimmy and Jey Uso come out, who have their own issues with the vision and everything there. So they start laying out Austin and Logan to try to help LA Knight out. And Theory pulls Logan out of the ring before they can hit the 1D. And, of course, you can't have the Usos come out without running it back. Again. And again. And again. And again.
It's going to be interesting when I'm there live in April to see how long. You're going to get
into it.
To see how long the yeets go.
Yeah.
How long are they going to go? I'm going to guess 5-minute minimum yeet sesh.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, and we looked at your seats. Like, where you're going to be is most likely going to be close to where they're going to come out. So
yeah,
you'll get a front row seat there.
It's just me, Oos. I'm just going to be sitting there eating
day one
for 5 minutes.
Man.
Yep. I don't even need to go to the gym that day.
Nope. You're going to get your body weight workout. Just, grab some 10-pounders with you, take them with you, and get your shoulders.
I'll just grab that 48-ounce drink.
There you go.
Diet Coke that the guy next to me will probably have.
That is true. All right, so after that, the Usos do have a little bit of a backstage segment, which was kind of a weird segment in my mind. Say they got some receipts to hand out. Jay is clearly fired up, and Jimmy's a level-headed one. Maybe it's because he's a new dad. He's got to be level-headed now.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Yeah, so they say they got something regarding what Punk said. Yeah! They seem to walk towards the ring, but we don't end up seeing them until the end of the show. But they've got some words for Punk about what they said to Roman.
It's a long-ass walk,
It was a long-ass walk. It was short getting at backstage, but they must have taken some laps.
Well, it's like, we do got something to say to Punk. 2 hours later,
yeah. It's like, all right, cool. They had to stop for some snacks. They tried to calm Jay down, whatever.
They need some Slim Jims.
They do. They need to snap into some Slim Jims. That's a tongue twister.
Yes. Yeah. Snap into some Slim Jims, baby.
Yep. Yeah. All right, we get our first match of the night, which is the gauntlet match that was confirmed last week. So this is for the number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match.
Yep.
What are your initial thoughts on that?
I really like the gauntlet style matches.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's just a lot going on there, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's interesting that we saw 2 of these match types in a week when there is such a rare match type, and we saw 2 in 1 week. So we had the Turmoil tag match on Friday, and we have this one tonight. So
well,
cool stuff.
It's a nice little shakeup from the triple threats or the 4-way. It brings a level of interesting complexity to who's going to come after who's going to come out the number one contender.
Yeah, and we did see some interesting stuff in this one. We had Lyra and Io starting the match, which was kind of an unfair advantage for Io, in my opinion, because she's on a different level than Lyra. And
yeah,
it just seemed the beginning of this was pretty slow. Neither one of them. I mean, they both knew that they had to eventually run the gauntlet, or that they're trying to do, so they're not going to exert themselves as much.
Yeah.
But after about 5 minutes, Io finally gets some aggression. Lyra answers back with some of her own. And Lyra ends up getting pinned by Io by the over-the-moonsault. Io advances to the next round. And who wouldn't you want to see is Raquel Rodriguez, who ends up coming out next. Big, strong, mommy cool Raquel Rodriguez coming out. And just tries to finish the match quickly, taking advantage of Io already being in there. That shoulder tackle sending Io across the ring. Probably could have thrown her even farther if she really wanted to.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I mean, she's at least a foot taller, maybe more.
Yeah. And, at least probably 20, 30 pounds on her.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, she's a big, strong lady.
She's strong Amazonian lady.
And who would come out? Not even part of the match, but Liv Morgan does come out for the distraction, try to help out her friend, which ends up backfiring immediately because Stephanie Vaquer comes out and they start brawling. So we get a little bit of a WrestleMania preview there. And Raquel gets distracted from that. Io gets an inside cradle off the top rope to pin and eliminate Raquel. She's pissed.
Yeah.
And she's not done. Even though she's eliminated, she continues to beat down Io, which gives Ivy Nile, who comes in next, the clear, route to just go in and just pin Io right away. I mean,
yeah,
it was just quick and done.
Yep.
So cool. I mean, that's one of the things you get in these type of matches where you wouldn't in a normal match. You get to see these kind of strategeries and fun little things.
Love all the strategeries.
Yeah, smart move by Ivy to take advantage of that. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting because, we don't see Ivy Nile very often.
Nope.
And so for her to get in there and get a pin and not be like one of the first ones out.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was a little confidence booster for her.
Well,
because she's been doing some good stuff in the ring.
Yeah, and to get the pin on someone like Io, even though Io had been in against 2 or 3 other people, like that still is not an easy feat. So good job on Ivy.
Okay, can I say something too, real quick?
Yes.
That's not necessarily this match related, but it's happening during this match. So as everybody's coming out, we see the 2K ratings for the wrestlers.
Yep.
Did you notice that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not a fan because I don't know, like, how do you judge that? It's like, oh, okay, Bayley was like a 86 or something like that, and Lyra was like a 79 or whatever. I was like, okay, like Lyra is a really good wrestler. She get to a 79.
Well, and the ratings always are a point of contention. Every year they put these things out. Like nobody's ever happy with their rating unless they're the Roman Reigns or the CM Punks or anybody who's in the 90s, 98, 99s.
Yeah.
But these
I
2K
just thought it was
games,
funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are we doing? Like, this isn't like real. I mean, it's real sport, but it's not real sport. So.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played enough WWE 2K to know how that all works in an in-game system. But anyway, continue on, Brian.
Yeah, we'll do it. So after Ivy gets that quick pin, Bayley comes out, who checks on Io, who was an old friend of hers, but from back in the day, before Io was part of the team that kicked her out. Damage
before
control.
my time, I think.
Yep. But in that moment of compassion, she gets attacked by Ivy Nile, but Bayley ends up rallying because she was getting wrecked for that first half of that match. But starts to rally and unleashes a series of offense against Ivy. Ivy showing some resilience after multiple pin attempts by Bayley, so I think it was good for her to kick out of all of those. But there was a weird suplex into like some DDT type move that happened in the middle of that, which was interesting. I don't know if that was intended, but it would look like a little slippage here and there. But
yeah, there's some sloppy stuff going on.
A little bit. I mean, more towards the end of this than anything. And I think it's just clear that, we haven't seen Ivy in the ring for a while. So she's just got the little bit of a ring rust. So I don't know.
She does a lot of dark matches though, Bri.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
She's like on main event. YouTube.
All right.
Seen her there a few times.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh, okay. She's getting work in.
Cool.
But she's probably not wrestling with the Io Skies of the world very often.
No, I mean other dark match people. So I mean that's good that she's getting the ring time at least. I mean I think that's what the main event scene is for.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Bayley did play a little bit of a possum outside, throwing Ivy into the steps, and then as Bayley gets the Bayley to belly suplex to Ivy and eliminating her, Asuka comes out next. So more history between Bayley and Asuka. Again, Asuka being the main driving force of kicking Bayley out of damage control and turning on her. So they've got some beef to handle there. And of course, Kairi's out there. Asuka using Kairi as a human shield was funny.
Can't wait to see that blow up.
Well, we're still waiting for the Kairi Asuka thing to happen from Royal Rumble, but we're also waiting for the Charlotte Alexa to blow up and the Raquel and Liv to blow up. So
will any of it blow up? Doesn't seem like it.
No, all of that was just for that one night. Who cares?
Oh
man. So Asuka ends up doing what Asuka does, hitting a big knee to Bayley, and then just starts her striking barrage. And as Asuka is trying to distract the ref, so Kairi can get a cheap shot in, Lyra ends up coming in and hits a big drop kick, saving Bayley. Bayley goes for the hit off the top rope. Asuka counters into the Asuka lock, and I thought that was going to be it. But she was able to get out and counter with a rose plant for the win. So Bayley is our #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, which is surprising to me, honestly.
Because, I mean, they haven't been pushing Bayley much recently.
No. I mean, I know she kind of went off the crazy train for a little bit. But, like, they didn't do much with that.
Nope.
But, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, Bayley and AJ have some history from back in the day. But
okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they're leaning into, but I'm not sure what all that entails. So.
Yeah.
That match is happening next week, so we'll get to see it.
I really was hoping Becky would show up.
Uh-huh. But she's
in
sick.
some
Haven't
capacity.
you seen her social media? She's sick.
Well, suck it up, Bex.
Yeah.
Come in and be the baddie that you are.
Yeah, it was a funny post talking about that. So good stuff. I mean, as her socials always are. But.
Yes.
Oh man. All right. So moving on from that, we had a quick little segment. Apparently during the commercial break, Natty was doing a promo at the ramp, and Maxine attacked her. That's all we got to see there. Yay, more Maxine. Maxine's not dead.
She's not dead.
That's good because it looked like that's what she was. Last time they met.
Well, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then we get the original El Grande Americano backstage getting ready for his Intercontinental Championship match against Penta. And we get Danhausen. We get another visit from our boy Danhausen.
Dude, love me some Danhausen.
Dude, did you hear what he said when he
yeah.
first started?
Hola, amigo Hausen.
Amigo Hausen. It's so good. Complimenting the cape and all of that, like trying to mess with the mask. It was just so good.
I wear a mask. You wear a mask.
Let me try on yours.
Let me try on yours.
He's trying to join forces with El Grande, and he doesn't want anything about it. So, you don't want to join forces with Danhausen? Then you are cursed.
Yeah.
And he disappears in his Batman-like fashion, and we see Rayo and Bravo lurking in the background.
Are you sure that was Rayo and Bravo?
I mean, there were two other luchadors. I'm assuming it was Rayo and Bravo.
It wasn't like Dragon Lee and somebody else?
Well, based on what happened in the actual match, that's my assumption is that's what happened. Because going into the next match, Penta comes in expecting to be fighting the original El Grande Americano, but it's the other El Grande Americano that comes out instead.
Well, it's the real El Grande Americano.
Well,
if you're Corey Graves, it's the real one. If you're
Corey Graves, it is the real one. But if you're anyone else, you know that it is the imposter. So, Penta, thinking that he's going up against the original, the OG El Grande Americano, is now faced with this newcomer, and talks to the ref a little bit, but he's like, "All right, well, we'll do it." And what do we think happened? So, original is cursed by Danhausen.
Yep. That's why I think it's not Rayo and Bravo, because why would they want to mess with their own boss? Or, no, you're right. It's not their own boss.
Yeah.
It's the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm putting it all together now, Brian. I'm slow. My monster has not kicked in yet. I'm tracking what is happening now. Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, Danhausen is the little puppet master behind WWE right now. Like, it's
what they were hoping for Karrion Kross, but he didn't do it very well.
Well, I think Alistair and Zelina are filling what they thought Karrion Kross and Scarlett were going to be.
Well, their shtick isn't working for me either.
Right.
Alistair and Zelina's not working for me.
Yeah.
Danhausen is working for me.
100%. He is.
I want to see him curse everybody, and I want to see what those curses, the ramification of those curses are on a weekly basis for both shows.
Well, we've already seen what was the curse on Friday? Oh, Miz, we haven't seen that yet.
Yes.
We haven't seen that play out, but we saw it. Dom
No.
lost on Monday, and in
Yep.
this one, the original El Grande Americano doesn't make it to the ring.
He
So
disappears.
he's gone.
He's gone.
So yeah, we get Penta.
He got yeeted out to back to Mexico.
Gulf of
He
Mexico.
got to vamos or vamonos.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever. It means you gotta go.
So good. All right, so this is Penta's first defense of the title. These mid-card guys are not wasting any time. I think
They're not.
They're the more entertaining matches than the top belts right now because they're actually getting defended.
I'm going to tell you this, and I think this is a trickle-down effect here.
Okay.
When you have a guy like CM Punk as a working champion defending his title multiple times
Yep.
over the course of weeks and months, it's going to trickle down. You're going to see guys, you're going to see it. I want to see more of it, and I think we're seeing that with Penta. He literally just won last week, and he's already defending. I think that's great.
Yep. I'm here for it. I mean, I like Penta to begin with, so keep him going.
Yeah.
He's always entertaining.
Yeah.
So he gets on the mic before the match, thanks everyone, and that's when we get the reveal that it is not the original El Grande Americano coming out, and that Danhausen's curse had some effect. So this was just a fun match. I mean, it's a luchador style match, even though El Grande Americano, his origins are questionable at best, but still, we get some good lucha action, some good moves, and as we came back from that first commercial, well, before we were getting into the commercial, it looked like Penta was hurt because El Grande threw him outside. He went to go check on him and then walked off so the ref could check on him, and they were down there for a bit. So I thought Penta had another hard landing, but as we came back from commercial, he seemed to be okay, and he shifted into that next gear, hit the springboard Mexican Destroyer, which is just a beautiful move for the pin, and Penta retains.
Yeah, I was watching with my dad, and I was like, "Oh, the Mexican Destroyer," and he's like, "What is that?"
Well, and the springboard Mexican Destroyer just makes it even better when he just jumps off the rope. So much fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait till next week before we get to see the ramifications of the curse. A lot of people are saying that this is going to lead up to that mask versus mask match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can see something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, we get a Stephanie Vaquer promo answering back to Liv's from last week. And I like this line. What bothers Stephanie isn't Liv's stupid laugh. And then it cut right to her laughing, which is just awesome.
I love it.
It's that she has all the tools to be great, but she's too ignorant to use them, hiding behind her trash man and making her friends do her dirty work.
Yes.
Man, Liv has become lazy, always taking the easy way to the championship. I thought this was a great promo by Stephanie.
Agreed, and I like that they let her speak in Spanish with some subtitles.
Yep.
And then she would, every once in a while, throw in a little English. And her English is definitely getting better since I first started watching.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
And so she's doing really good with a lot of this stuff.
Yep.
And I think this feud between the two of them is good. I want to see it. I want to see the momentum continue. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet because they can't just keep bitching back and forth to each other. But something's got to happen, I think, between now and WrestleMania for this to continue to escalate.
And I'm sure we'll see that. I mean, there's, 5 weeks away, 5 more Raws before WrestleMania?
40 days away.
40 days away, they kept liking to say. 5 weeks from Saturday, but it's a Monday. It always makes it seem like it's shorter than it is. But after that, we get kind of Liv's immediate reaction as she's backstage in the Judgment Day clubhouse reacting to Stephanie's promo. Doesn't really like it. And Dom comes in hot, demanding to know where Finn Balor is and says that he's got some stuff to say, so he starts heading to the ring. JD goes off to find Finn, and he'll bring him out. So, dude, this is where things start getting spicy.
Oh, I loved it so much.
It happened. Let's talk about it. I did too. So Dom comes into the ring with Liv and Raquel, and he's on fire. He's hot and ready to go. He was cursed last week by Danhausen, the new puppet master of WWE.
Yep.
demands a rematch, and blames the loss on Finn Balor. Big
What a
words.
teammate.
What a
Blaming other
teammate. What a
people.
brother. Yep. Don't take responsibility. But, on that, Finn does come out with JD. And, last week in the match, Finn stopped JD from getting the hammer and had Dom do the match on his own.
Yeah.
And Finn takes accountability. He says, Dom's right. If it wasn't for Finn, he'd still be champion. No, he says he's been trying to help and teach Dom a lesson. That the family will always have his back, but Dom said he wanted to be the greatest Mysterio of all time. Which, anytime you bring out that name and bring up his dad, it always triggers him a little bit. So
he's got some daddy issues.
he's got some big daddy issues. Well, his paternity was determined by a ladder match, so I think you would too if that was the case. So he says, to be the best at anything in the world, sometimes you have to fight for your own battles. Finn's been trying to help and guide Dom for 2 years, and the more he helps and leads him, the more he realizes Ray was right. Maybe he is a spoiled little prick. Man. Dom did not like that. He pushes Finn down, and Finn Pele kicks him and starts to attack. This is where things really start to break down. JD pulls Finn off of him. Dom attacks Finn, and Finn hits the sling blade. And as Finn's about to hit another big move in the corner, JD intercepts Finn. Finn's the reason why JD's here to begin with. So he turned on his brother, man. Liv and Raquel join in the attack on Finn. JD and Dom end up joining in. So it is a 4-on-1.
Yes.
Dom goes outside, grabs a chair and the hammer, and shoves the hammer in his boot. And JD sets Finn up for a 619, and Dom hits it with the boot in his shoe, or with the hammer in his shoe. Knocking Finn out cold, man. A lot of destruction, a lot of splashes. The splash on the chair. The utter destruction on Finn Balor is.
They all jumped in on it. They're wild beasts. Once they saw blood, the Sharks were going after him. So.
Well, it's interesting the way that people leave the Judgment Day, because they don't just leave. They are forced out. That's how it's always been. That's how it was with Edge. That's how it was with Rhea. That's how it was with Damian. And now that's how it is with Finn. So you don't leave the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day kicks you out.
If I'm on the board of directors for the Judgment Day, I'm concerned about the turnover. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, management's got to get their hands on this.
Yeah, I think they need to identify some of the problems and let's get them worked out. Or they don't, and they just let them keep, it's like schoolyard, bully club.
Yeah, I mean, work-life balance, the toxicity in the work environment,
Yeah,
it's
all
just
of it.
like they don't give raises, they give pizza parties.
And nuggy parties.
I guess that's more appropriate. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, we've been talking about Finn needing to break out on his own, and this is kind of, this is how he does it, right? So.
Yep. Well, and honestly, I was waiting for Punk's music to hit.
Really?
I don't know about you. I was just waiting for it to hit, to just come out and defend Finn a little bit, because he pushed so hard for Finn to back out of Judgment Day.
Okay.
And go out on his own all those weeks. And so I was just kind of waiting for for Punk to come out and be like, well, you finally did it. Good job. And then, defend him a little bit. But I get why they didn't do that.
It'll probably be a backstage thing next week. I'm sure they'll have a talk about it. But, yeah, I don't know. Other than Punk, I don't know who else would have come out to help him, to defend him.
Yeah, I don't think he has a lot of friends.
Not right now, anyway. I mean, JD was his ride or die, but,
not anymore. He just got the shit kicked out of him by JD. So
yeah, a little bit. So we're looking forward to seeing that more from Finn. We'll hopefully see him do a solo run come WrestleMania or after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Yeah. And where's Roxanne, by the way?
I think. Oh man, that's right. Last I heard, she was sick in real life. I don't know what.
Okay.
The latest is on it, but because it's been a month at this point.
Yeah, it's been multiple weeks we have not seen her. It's been before Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. I mean, she was in Rumble, right?
Yeah, she was in Rumble.
Okay, so yeah, somewhere around that time, she must have gotten hurt or sick or something. I'll have to go look that up and see.
Yeah, no, I'm curious.
Yeah. After that, we get Adam Pearce and Javon Evans, the young OG, backstage. Pearce hyping him up like he's 21 years old again. And says to keep it bouncy as he walks away.
Bouncy.
Keep it bouncy. And then Kofi Kingston and, the other guy who I can't remember
Grayson
his name,
Waller.
Grayson Waller, come in and approach Javon. Kofi says he wants to talk to Javon alone. So Grayson reluctantly walks away.
Can we just talk about how out of place Grayson Waller is in that group?
Dude, yes. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know if he's done anything since he's been a part of that group, but
I mean, aside from doing the numbers game here and there, like, I don't think anything's happened. I know Xavier's hurt right now, so that's why the New Day's been sidelined, which is unfortunate because they were really hyping up them and the Usos having a feud, which is probably why we haven't seen the Usos in the ring enough. But
yeah.
injuries happen. Got to have that plan B, plan C. But Kofi apologizes to Javon, saying they got off on the wrong foot, and sees a lot of himself when he was younger in Javon, and tries to recruit him into the New Day. Doesn't have to go for his dreams alone. So how do we feel about Javon possibly teaming up with someone like the New Day?
I don't like it.
Yeah? Why is that?
I want him to stay solo.
Okay.
I want him to pave his own way.
Okay.
I don't know enough about the New Day to say whether it would be a good idea or not, but I think I want to see some feuds develop with Javon being the excited young bouncy boy, and just kind of getting under people's nerves that way.
Yep.
And I don't know how he was booked in NXT, but I'm sure it was something like that, right?
Yeah, he was just always the young bouncy boy. Just, he was decent on the mic, and I think he was just very flashy. I mean, he wasn't in NXT long.
Yeah.
I mean, very short time there. So it was kind of hard to get to know him aside from like his big moves, which I think is what he's known for.
Yeah, and I want to see them build up his confidence, and I think the best way to do that is just let him keep fighting and give him opportunities to do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got talent.
And he's 21 years old, so.
Yeah, and I haven't heard him on the mic much.
Right.
Is he good on the mic?
I mean, he's decent. He's not horrible, but he's not
Trick Will.
He's not Trick Williams. He's not CM Punk. I think he's still a 21-year-old kid trying to figure it all out.
Dude, you know what I was doing at 21? Not anything close to what he's doing.
No, not at all. No.
I could barely function as a 21-year-old. I was making the dumbest decisions.
Were we all?
Yes, we were.
Oh, man.
Oh, so long ago. Dude, it's been 84 years.
We're so old. All right, moving on from that, we have kind of an awkward segment with Bayley and Lyra backstage. In an
Hold
interview.
on. I need to hear what your thoughts are on Javon possibly joining the New Day. We didn't get to hear your opinion on this, Brian.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of it either. I don't think he belongs in a heel faction.
Okay.
I mean, maybe OG New Day, like when they were with the trombones and the bootios and all that other stuff going on.
Before my time.
Dude, they had a whole cereal line called Bootios. It was great. Google it in incognito mode. But
yeah, go to the library, look it up.
Yeah. But maybe back then, but I don't think he belongs in this heel version of the New Day. I wouldn't want to see that. I don't want them to just turn everybody heel and just make that their motive. Like, you need to have people that are happy-go-lucky and whatnot, and I think Javon will thrive in that scene. So,
okay,
that's my thought.
Yeah, so we agree.
Yep. All right, yeah. So Bayley backstage getting interviewed about being the number one contender. Thanks, Lyra. And before this was happening, I thought Lyra was kind of politicking herself to potentially turn on Bayley for that championship because Lyra wants it. Lyra couldn't challenge Becky for it.
Yeah.
And now that Becky's not champion, she can challenge for it again. So that's what I thought was happening. But then Bayley just says, hey, maybe we run it back after I win. And it was just kind of an awkward interaction. Like, Lyra's response was just, okay.
Lyra seemed caught off guard.
Yeah.
Almost like that wasn't what was planned.
Yeah.
And I don't Yeah, it felt really forced and awkward for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to see how that shakes out. We'll find out next
Yep.
week what the outcome of that match will be. And then we get to our last match of the night, Oba Femi versus Rusev. So this was the first powerhouse match for the ruler, the only one that's not a squash match, just dominating himself. And this goes back to the Rumble. Oba was the one who eliminated Rusev from the Rumble.
Yeah.
And Rusev's been wanting to get his hands on Oba ever since then. So, man, I've been excited for this match for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
It was good because we've seen the comedic side of Oba and like the squash stuff with Kit and all that other stuff, and then now we get to finally see him battle against Rusev.
Yeah.
So, and we see it right off the bat. Both of these behemoths are throwing clotheslines and haymakers just right off the bell. So good.
Well, and I was talking to my dad about it while we were watching. And I was like, this is the first match where Oba's had to work.
Yeah, dude, and you can see it.
Yeah, it was. He's like, dude, these guys are huge. I was like, yes, they are.
And yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy for Oba. He had to work for it. I mean, he looked like 100%. A couple times that he was possibly going to lose this match, but once he started getting those huge whips into the corner with his running uppercuts and his, as soon as he tossed Rusev, I was like, all right, we're in it. Like, the eyes of Oba are just terrifying when he gets in that mode.
Yeah. Well, and the strength to toss a man like Rusev.
Yeah.
Just kind of toss him.
Yep.
Like a bag of potatoes.
Yep.
I just sat back and said, what a treat. What a treat.
Dude, you know why he can do that? Go watch his episode of
did he do a Sheamus workout?
He did a Sheamus workout, and it's all about his delts, dude. Go watch it. It's great. Well, I didn't know it. He was a shot putter in college.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that part.
Which makes sense that he can just, toss everybody around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I can't wait to see him toss Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania because that's my prediction. He's going to be the one.
Jesus.
He's going to be the one to answer the call, and we might even see it next week because Brock will be here next week.
Yeah, so who do you think's going to do the open challenge first with him? Do you think Rusev's going to get in there?
With Brock?
Yeah.
Well, the open challenge is just for WrestleMania.
Oh. I thought it was leading up to WrestleMania.
I don't think so. I think he's going to be there to accept challenges, and maybe he'll do some fighting. I don't know if he'll actually have matches, but my understanding is the open challenge in his appearances were to determine who will face him at WrestleMania.
Got
I
it.
think he's going to be fighting for it.
Got it.
So we'll have to see.
Okay.
I mean, this will be the first time since that challenge has been issued that we'll see Brock. So we'll have to see how it goes next week.
Yeah.
So, but yes, Oba does toss Rusev and hits the fall from grace for the pin. So I loved that he didn't destroy Rusev, but still showed his dominance.
Yeah, and I think the match lasted a little. Well, I think it was shorter than I was expecting it to be, but I thought it was still great.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was nice to see that Oba got staggered a couple times, and that there was the possibility that he can be cut, he can bleed his own blood, and
nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
And he punished him for it, which is great to see. So more from Oba. Let's see it. Make him that powerhouse. He's undefeated so far, and he's not even signed to a show.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if he's enjoying that aspect of it. Like, we want you on both brands, and you're just going to do whatever we want. Or if he's like, get me on one show, homies. Let's go. I'm used to working once a week, not twice a week.
And staying in Orlando the whole time.
And not traveling, exactly.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I have a feeling once WrestleMania hits, that'll be the deciding factor of which show he ends up on. We'll see that first Raw after WrestleMania, and we'll depending on the outcome of his Brock Lesnar match, which I'm predicting. We'll see.
Yep.
All right, now we get to our main segment of the night. CM Punk comes in the ring, and he wasn't sure what the temperature was going to be like coming in because of his comments last week. A lot of people didn't like what he said about Roman Reigns' dad. And including two of those men, Jimmy and Jey Uso, who are super heated. But Punk says that Roman hasn't respected Punk his entire career and that he'll force him to respect the position Punk holds. titles are made to find out who the best is, and the heavyweight championship was created because Roman refused to defend his titles. Because back then they were unified.
Oh yeah, there's like the universal.
Yeah, it was just the one. There were two belts, but one championship type thing. So, and Roman was champ for 3 years and wouldn't defend it, so they had to create a new championship for somebody else. So,
I don't know much about that, but I believe Punk.
yeah. And Punk says he's going to defend his title because we deserve a fighting champion. He loves that word "deserve," and rightfully so. I think he's been using that a lot lately. So, and he says you have to level up when you stand in the ring with him, physically and verbally. And unfortunately, last week Punk lowered himself to Roman's level, and at that point, that is when Jimmy and Jay come out. And I like this version of Jey Uso, not yeeting all the time, just super pissed off and in your face, and back kind of the old Jey Uso before he went out on his own.
Okay, so that's what he was like when they were tagging before. He was just kind of like a feral animal.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like when they were all part of the bloodline before he was main event Jey Uso. He was more along these lines.
Got it.
So it was nice.
Okay.
Jay gets in Punk's face and demands an apology. Because that's his uncle that he was talking about last week. Good old Sika. Rest in peace, sir. And CM Punk says, why is Roman still sending his cousins out to do his work? And Punk is just dead set on this being about Roman. Not about, what he said, not about who he, possibly offended or whatever. It's just all about Roman. And Jimmy, being the more level-headed one, says this has nothing to do with Roman, just about respect. Which, it's a cultural thing too, Yeah. It's a Samoan thing. Culture and respect is huge. Jimmy says that he has respect for Phil. A lot of Punk's government name being thrown around the past month.
Easily
or so.
thrown around. I don't think he likes it very much.
I don't know, but I mean, even Danhausen has his name for him is Pepsi Phil.
Pepsi Phil, man.
Good old Pepsi Phil. But Jimmy has respect for Phil because of the kind of character he has and that type of character that he is. He runs right through every obstacle, says what's on his mind, and he's the voice of the voiceless, which that's key to his next line. Says, you can bash Roman all you want, but you can't disrespect their late uncle who has no voice.
That's right.
Oh, man. I mean, that kind of hit hard, and Jimmy wants an apology for that. So
yeah.
Ugh. And I didn't know where this was going to go. What were you going to say?
I don't understand the beef about it.
Well, I mean,
I don't. I mean, I know Sika was like a legendary wrestler, but like, I thought it was just a dig at Roman. I don't think it was a dig at Sika.
Well, I think it was more of that, cultural thing, like you don't disrespect the dead, like that kind of thing right there. And, they kind of go into it here. Punk says that Jimmy's right. Punk's not spiritual, but he's friends with them and knows that they are. And I think that's where this is more talking about. Asks if Sika can hear him right now, and because their family goes way back and respects Sika. Young CM Punk, he talked about how he was more with Afa, Sika's brother, but trained underneath them, was around that Samoan dynasty for a long time, around the Wild Samoans, and everyone in their family showed Punk all the respect except for Roman, bringing all of it back to Roman again.
Yeah.
And says that, if Sika can hear us, Sika will see what a lying, conniving, backstabbing, manipulative, gaslighting, egotistical, narcissistic, plastic politician his son Roman Reigns is. And Jay he's not having it, man. He just gets super hot again. Says he still doesn't get it. It's not about Roman, and he needs Punk to say, I'm sorry. And the crowd just gets into it and just wants the apology, which was fun.
Say you're sorry.
And Punk looks him dead in the eye and says, I'm sorry. And for a moment, it seemed like that was going to be it. But then he goes, I'm sorry, Roman treated you two and the rest of your family like garbage and has never apologized. I'm sorry that he disrespected Dusty Rhodes and isn't on the hook for an apology. Roman tricked everyone into thinking that he cared about anything in this business. If he did, then he'd be talking to Roman and not his young boys. And then shoves the mic into Jay's chest.
Yes.
And then Jimmy and Jay get a few shots on Punk, knocking him down and walk out. Man, Punk is not making friends with the bloodline and with the Samoan dynasty.
Yeah.
Do you think the final boss is going to show up?
No.
No? You
Nah.
think it stops with Roman? It's not going to go any higher than that? Okay.
Nah.
All right.
There's no reason for the final boss to come in.
Yeah.
He's the absent boss at this point.
He's got to get off his couch.
Yeah. Here's what I know about the bloodline. You're either the absent boss or you're the part-time chief, or you're those guys' lackeys, which is what Jimmy and Jay turned themselves into last night on Monday Night Raw. That's my take on this. Is Jimmy and Jay are doing well as tag team partners again, and they're getting themselves involved in something that is above their pay grade.
Right.
And Punk destroys them. And a part of me is like, this is heel Punk status right now. But a part of me is also like, no, Punk's just telling him like it is.
Which he's always done.
Yeah.
So
Punk being QB1 masters the mic, masters Jimmy and Jay, and he's 100% right about all of it. If Roman cared, he'd be there talking to CM Punk again.
Yep.
But he's not. He's not there to defend his uncle or his dad. You know, he's got to send it out his boys. And hopefully, if I'm Jimmy and Jay, and I'm using my logical brain and not my emotional brain, I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, why am I having to fight Roman's battles?
Yeah.
Last time we really had any interaction with Roman, he basically said, I don't want to see you guys again.
Yes.
Which was that? What was that?
I was like, I don't want to see you till Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there where it just kind of seems like Roman's very much okay being by himself. He doesn't need the bloodline anymore. And everything he's done, at least since I've watched, has showcased that he doesn't want or need anybody else. So why are Jimmy and Jay defending him? And I know they're not defending Roman, they're defending their uncle, but it's still all a part of the same thing. So that's my take on that.
Well, we'll have to see because Roman Reigns is going to be on Raw next week. So we may get an interaction between the four of these men. We'll have to see how that goes. So, yeah.
It'll be interesting.
It will. So we get Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns next week. We have the two confirmed matches next week for Bayley versus AJ Lee for the ICC title, and we get the grudge match between original El Grande Americano, if he survived the curse, versus the imposter El Grande Americano. So get to see that if it happens. So all right, let's talk our botch and pop of the week, man.
Let's do it.
For my botch, I mean, there wasn't anything that really stood out. I think the only thing was just that backstage segment between Bayley and Lyra. It was just kind of like that awkward, high school weird response thing. I think you're right. I think Bayley threw Lyra off. And she
something
didn't
happened
know how
there.
to respond.
Yeah, something happened there, and Bayley was throwing off Lyra, and Lyra was like, "Wait, what? That wasn't? Yeah, sure, yeah." Like that was literally her response.
Yeah. What about you? What was your botch?
I think that was the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't anything crazy that I noticed. Mostly because there was only 3 matches in this.
Yeah, there were only 3 matches. Like I said, I mean, we're getting to the point where it's all going to be a lot of segments and a lot of just like minor matches.
Yeah, exactly.
My pop of the week was Finn getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, finally making a solo run. I think that was the most impactful segment of the night.
Yeah.
It pushed a big story forward, and it's the Finn run. I'm here for it.
Yeah. My pop of the night was Amigohausen cursing original El Grande Americano.
Yeah. You gotta love Amigohausen. So.
Yes. Amigohausen.
Yeah. And we mentioned it, but yeah, we are at the point now where there's not going to be a ton of huge matches just because people don't want to be hurt before WrestleMania and mess up those cards. So we're going to be hopefully a lot of really good mic work in the next coming weeks. So I'm really excited for that.
Yep. We'll see if anybody steps up and proves their worth on the mic.
It'll be good. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Again, if you disagreed with anything that we said, let us know. You're probably right. But we'd like to hear it anyway. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you all next week.
See you guys.